Welcome to Japan Sports Network. Here we bring you the latest sports news from Japan and around the world. We regularly update with breaking news on sporting events, fascinating stories about athletes, and in-depth analysis of a variety of sports. With us, you won't miss any great sporting moments. Breaking news. Right now, the Los Angeles Dodgers are in for a major upswing. According to information from a team insider, Shohei Ohtani, the face of the team, made this shocking statement in front of a core of reporters after immediately returning to Japan. The players and staff who were there were at a loss for words, and the clubhouse was filled with the question, why, what just happened? Behind him was a terrifying event that everyone had anticipated. As the entire team was shaken, the situation was becoming increasingly serious. Today's news details interesting Japan time. A truly miraculous moment occurred at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. Shohei Ohtani hit his 23rd home run. This was a soulful hit filled with heartfelt condolences for the great baseball player who had passed away. That morning, we received the sad news. Shigeo Nagashima, known as Mr. Professional Baseball and a man who continued to shine in the Japanese baseball world, has passed away at the age of 89. He was a baseball legend whose famous words, "Our Giants will live forever," are etched in our memories. Nagashima was a special person to Ohtani. In 2016, when Ohtani was only 22 years old, Nagashima spoke kindly to him, saying, "The first condition for becoming a superstar is to lead your team to victory as a save or fourth batter." Those words were deeply engraved in Ohtani's heart and guided his baseball career. Before the game, Ohtani posted a memorable photo of himself with Nagashima on Instagram, writing, "I pray for your continued good fortune." These words conveyed his boundless gratitude to the baseball player. Then, in his fourth at-bat in the seventh inning, with the team trailing by 2 runs, Ohtani's bat perfectly connected with the first pitch from Mets pitcher Christian Scott. The moment he hit the ball, Ohtani looked down and nodded as he silently circled the diamond, sending it flying into the right field stands at a speed of 183 kilometers per hour. It was as if he had reached Nagashima, who was in heaven, and tears naturally welled up in the eyes of Mets manager Carlos Menaza, who witnessed this miraculous moment. Despite being the manager of the opposing team, he understood the deep meaning of this home run and was moved by the beauty of sports. Even more moving was the fact that Ohtani was reunited with his former teammates in this game. The earnest battle with his teammates, with whom he had once worked hard and chased his dreams, was a beautiful drama filled with friendship and history that transcended the sport. Ohtani's 23rd home run is a manifestation of his determination to pass on the responsibility of being a superstar that he inherited from Nagashima to the next generation. He has certainly continued to fulfill the final act that Nagashima entrusted him with, which was to become a goal for children. I'm sure that Nagashima, who plays for Amaki, was watching this hit with a smile on his face. Ohtani, who continues to give people dreams and inspiration through baseball, is exactly the kind of true superstar that Nagashima envisioned. Tonight, we were able to feel the special power of baseball once again. After the game, 3 official MLB reporters interviewed manager Carlos Manza at a press conference. They asked about the sight of Ohtani shedding tears on the bench after his home run in the 7th inning. Manager Manza was momentarily at a loss for words, then slowly began to speak with tears in his eyes. In fact, I had been deeply depressed when I heard the news of Nagashima's death before the game. The manager's voice was trembling. He was someone I had admired since I started playing baseball as a child in Puerto Rico. I still vividly remember my father showing me footage of Nagashima's retirement game in 1975 when I was only 10 years old. Manager Manzo paused for a moment, half smiled, and wiped his eyes. When I heard his speech about how our Giants team will be immortal forever, I cried with my father in our small home in Makuru. Although I didn't fully understand the meaning of his words, the passion and love of baseball from that man reached my heart directly through the TV screen. My father told me, "Carlos, that's a real baseball player. It's not just technique. He plays baseball with his soul," and tears began to well up in the manager's eyes. From then on, I was a Japanese player far away from the Puerto Rican who had been training with the dream of becoming a player like Nagashima, but his love for baseball reached my heart, transcending borders and languages. Every time I watched him play, I felt anew the greatness of baseball. That's why the moment Ohtani hit that home run today, I couldn't hold back my emotions anymore. The manager continued with a trembling voice. When that ball soared into the sky, it felt like a sacred moment, as if Nagashima's soul was ascending to heaven. Ohtani had posted a eulogy for Nagashima on Instagram before the game. And he actually expressed those feelings with his bat. I thought this was what a true baseball player looks like. When a reporter asked about Ohtani's behavior after his home run, manager Manasa's expression changed completely, and he smiled through his tears. He said that Shohei's actions really happened, but his face was deeply moved. The reason it remains is because he is so amazing. The moment he stepped on home base after hitting the home run, he quietly looked up at the sky and put his hand on his chest. Then he bowed deeply. Seeing that, I couldn't stop crying. That was clearly an expression of his feelings towards Nagashima. Even I, the team's manager, couldn't help but feel the sacredness of the sport of baseball at that moment. Shohei is not just a superstar. He embodies the dignity of baseball and the beauty of being a human being. Today's home run was technically perfect, but more than that, it was a hit that showed the beauty of his heart. Manager Manasa continued while wiping away his tears. When the players saw me crying on the bench, they worried about me and asked if I was okay. I told them, "Today, we witnessed the beauty of baseball itself as we witnessed history." Shohei perfectly saw the love for baseball that Nagashima realized and the spirit behind it. Baseball is not a sport of technique alone. It is a sport of the heart. Shohei understands this perfectly. That is why I am angry at him. He is so perfect that no matter how hard the other players try, they will never be able to catch up. Saying this, manager Manasa laughed heartily. His laughter was filled with pure love for baseball and a deep connection to Ohtani. When I get home tonight, I will pray in front of my father's photo for Nagashima. Then I will report to my father. "Dad, today I saw a wonderful Japanese player play who inherited Nagashima's spirit. The beauty of baseball that you taught me is still being passed down all over the world. Baseball is the best proof that it connects people's hearts across generations and borders." Manager Manasa's tearful testimony shows how much Ohtani has moved the hearts of baseball players all over the world. After the game, a reporter from Fox Sports interviewed him in the Dodgers locker room. First, manager Dave Roberts answered the reporter's questions with a calm expression. Shohei's 23rd home run meant more than just numbers. Manager Roberts took a deep breath as he began to speak. Before the game, I had a feeling that today would be a special day when I saw him post a tribute to Nagashima. That hit in the 7th inning was like a soulful cry directed toward Nagashima in heaven. The moment the ball soared into the air, I felt the entire stadium be enveloped in a sacred atmosphere. Shohei continues to inspire people with hope and emotion through baseball. As a manager, I am truly proud to be able to coach a player like him. Next up is Freddie. Freeman spoke quietly in front of his locker room. I will never forget the look on Shohei's face when he returned to the dugout after hitting his home run. Tears welled up in Freeman's eyes. He silently looked up at the sky without saying a word to anyone. I think we all felt the same way at that moment. Shohei expressed his inexpressible feelings with his bat, saying that this was the greatest gift he could give to Nagashima. Playing with him is the greatest honor in my baseball career. Teoscar Hernandez began speaking with a thoughtful look on his face. Nagashima is known as a legendary figure even in my home country, the Dominican Republic. Oscar's voice trembled. When my grandfather taught me baseball, he told me that there was a great player named Nagashima in Japan. The moment Shohei hit that home run today, my grandfather's words came back to me. I realized once again that baseball is a sport that transcends borders and connects people's hearts. Shohei is a baseball deceased who has inherited Nagashima's spirit into the modern era. Will Smith spoke with tears in his eyes. As a catcher, I have seen Ohtani at bat up close, but today's 4th at bat was special. Smith continued slowly, choosing his words carefully. The moment he stepped into the batter's box, I felt a different aura. There was a sacred air, as if Nagashima's soul was residing in him. That home run was a truly miraculous hit that went beyond technique. Shohei is a player who embodies the beauty of baseball itself. Finally, Max Muncy spoke with deep emotion. For us American players, Nagashima was a distant figure. But today, through Shohei, we were able to feel his greatness firsthand. Mitsuru's voice was filled with history. The way Shohei circled the diamond after his home run was as if you were offering a prayer. At that moment, we all felt the presence of Nagashima, a great baseball player. Tohei is the pride of Japan and a treasure to the world at the same time. Watching him play, we realize how baseball can unite people's hearts. In the silence that filled the locker room, the words of the players were deeply moving. Manager Roberts added the following at the end. Today, we shared a special moment in baseball that will remain in our hearts forever. Tohei's home run was the perfect tribute to Nagashima, and at the same time, it was proof of the timelessness of the sport of baseball. The beauty of humanity and the pure love he showed for the game will be forever etched in the hearts of all of us. The testimonies of his teammates convey how special Ohtani is. His play transcends technique and has the power to speak directly to people's souls. The miracle that occurred at Dodger Stadium that day once again demonstrated to the world the infinite possibilities of the sport of baseball. This moving news was then featured prominently on the popular American sports program SportsCenter. Former Yankees legend Derek Jeter appeared in the studio as a commentator and spoke with a deep understanding of the events that had occurred. Tonight we witnessed a beautiful moment that will remain with baseball players. Jeter began his speech with a calm expression. Manager Endo spoke with tears in his eyes about his feelings for Nagashima, and the Dodgers players spoke about their experiences with Ohtani. All of this speaks to the special power that the sport of baseball possesses. I myself have played against many great talents during my playing days, but players like Ohtani who move people's hearts both as a person and as a player are truly rare. When the host of the program asked about Ohtani's influence, which even moved the manager of the opposing team, a deep sense of emotion shone in Jeter's eyes. The story that manager Endo had admired Nagashima since he was a boy in Puerto Rico truly symbolizes the international nature of baseball. And now, Ohtani, who inherited the spirit of Mr. Nagashima, is similarly inspiring people all over the world. This is a story of human love that goes beyond the boundaries of mere sports. What was particularly impressive was how veteran players like Free and Muncy spoke about Ohtani with the pure feelings of a boy. Mr. Jeter continued, their words conveyed a deep respect for Ohtani. This is the process of responding as a man of character that cannot be achieved through technical excellence alone. Quote, when the host mentioned Japanese baseball culture, Mr. Jeter's expression warmed even more. I am deeply moved that Ohtani has perfectly inherited the legacy of the love of baseball that was discovered by his great predecessor, Mr. Shio Nagashima. Japanese baseball has a culture that values not only technique but also spirituality and humanity. Ohtani is the perfect embodiment of this and is a wonderful inspiration to the American baseball community. Today's home run was not just a record-breaking one. Mr. Jeter concluded by saying, it was a gift to all those who love baseball. I am sure that Mr. Nagashima's soul is resting in heaven. And I am sure that Ohtani will continue to give dreams and hope to baseball fans all over the world. Quote, the entire baseball community should be proud to have a player like him. With a deep sense of emotion permeating the studio, SportsCenter became a special program that once again conveyed the beauty of baseball to the world. David Ortiz of the World Series in San Francisco said, "Hey, did you all see that? That seismic brilliance on Shohei's face the moment he hit the ball. I've seen it many times. That kind of confidence that only a true clutch hitter can have. When I was a DH, I knew how difficult it was to produce results under pressure. But Shohei is on a different level. With him, 70 home runs might not be a dream. When I won the World Series in 2013, it was when the team was struggling that superstars stepped up. Shohei is not just a baseball player. He is a true icon. He is someone that children look up to. That is the mark of a true superstar," he said, emphasizing the significance of a home run. Alex Rodriguez also commented that the numbers say it all. The season was shortened from 79 games to 60. That's a difference of 19 games. When I was a player, I knew firsthand how much fatigue at the end of the season affected the home run rate. But in Ohtani's case, there is no burden on his hands, and he can concentrate as a hitter until the end. Technically speaking, today's swing was perfect. His approach to the curveball, his timing, everything was textbook. That's how special Ohtani is right now, he said. And Oral Hergeheiser, who was the commentator for this game, said that Ohtani is a truly amazing player who can hit in such a tough game. He is a superstar. Considering the team's situation, the value of this hit is immeasurable. Although he was unable to hit the other day, Ohtani was in top form in June, blowing that away, and he revealed that he is very excited to see how many home runs he can hit from here. And the fans are also expressing their joy. It felt like the entire stadium became one at that moment. It was a home run that Nagashima hit, showing his responsiveness and perfectly reading the catcher's distribution. It may have been a miracle that Nagashima and Ohtani, who can be called national superstars, were in the same era. Today's home run was sure to be a sure thing. People are saying things like, "I was hoping for a home run with all his might." Ohtani always shows great performances on special occasions like these. Please let us know what kind of performance he will show in June. Behind the scenes of Shohei Ohtani's shocking 18-point home explosion May 31, 2025, Dodger Stadium in a rematch with the New York Yankees, a rival team with whom they once competed in the World Series, the Dodgers showed off their incredible offensive power. The score was an astonishing 18-2, and in this game, Shohei Ohtani was the starting point of the batting line and had an overwhelming presence. Ohtani, who played as the first designated hitter, recorded 3 hits and contributed firmly to the team's strength. His play is the epitome of a batting machine that dominates the game. He made a strong impression from his first at-bat, and the Dodgers' batting line showed a terrifying start by scoring points by the second inning. It was a furious attack that seemed as if the entire batting line was on fire. Ohtani was undoubtedly at the center of it all. On this day, the Dodgers played a literally one-sided game, scoring 18 points in 21 unders. And since the game was broadcast nationwide, it sent shockwaves throughout America. The U.S. has been reporting for generations that the Dodgers will once again demonstrate their overwhelming presence in the World Series, beating the Yankees with flying colors, and rightly so. The Dodgers are currently facing a series of major player absences. 15 players are on the disabled list, and Mookie Betts is out with a broken leg. Ohtani has yet to return as a pitcher, but he still managed to overwhelm the Yankees. Given this background, the significance of this victory is even greater. It can be said that this was the result of the combination of the destructive power of the Dodgers team and the presence of Ohtani on the team, even though their strength was not at its peak. Shohei's victory was a message that showed the Dodgers' true determination. We will continue to keep an eye on Ohtani's every move. A sure step towards the revival of his two-way role. Shohei Ohtani's performance on Live BP. And about 3.5 hours before the start of the second game, a particularly tense atmosphere hung in the air at Los Angeles Dodger Stadium. It was his second time pitching in a live BP since undergoing surgery on his right elbow in September 2023. The day was a simulated adjustment pitch, and the stadium was filled with anticipation that the day he would return to the mound was approaching. After Ohtani pitched at a top speed of 156 kilometers per hour, manager Roberts commented that the most important thing was that he had finished safely, and that it had been a very good day, expressing satisfaction that he had taken things step by step without overdoing it. In fact, Ohtani incorporated practical ideas such as quick motion and adjustments to his pickoffs that day, suggesting that this was not just rehabilitation but a trial run toward a comeback. His appearance on the mound showed confidence and composure. Manager Roberts stated to local media that the standard for his return to the game would be around 70 pitches in the fifth inning. Going forward, he plans to pitch once a week in a live BP, gradually increasing the number of pitches and the quality of the pitches. Ohtani himself is satisfied with this careful schedule management. He is not overdoing it. However, this is Ohtani's stance. However, there is a small obstacle to this live BP. The next schedule overlaps with the away game against the Cardinals, and both days are scheduled to be day games. In the majors, full-scale practice before day games is often avoided, and considering the possibility of DH appearances, it will be difficult to adjust. Flexible responses such as opening up his pitching sense may be required. This is a situation where his ability to adjust is truly put to the test. Even so, it was impressive to see him repeatedly shadow pitching on the bench and not letting go of the ball. In his heart, there is always the pitcher Shohei Ohtani. While he produces results as a batter, he never lets go of his pride as a pitcher. This attitude touches the hearts of fans. The ordinary everyday life, the secret behind the extraordinary behavior that Shohei Ohtani accumulates. There is a man who continues to be unrealistic on the major league stage this season. His name is Shohei Ohtani, and Ohtani's play is beyond amazing, and it is easy to dismiss it as just that kind of player, but we need to understand once again how difficult it is in reality. Because it is precisely this ordinariness that is his unique greatness that no one else can imitate. Fox Sports host Sake Kawakara Toshi reiterated the incredibleness of his daily routine and declared that there is currently no other player who can do what he does. He hit a home run the day before his live BP appearance and played in 16 games in 18 days. On top of that, he also stepped onto the mound. In MLB, where even just doing one job is tough, Kelseth is the only one who can do it as a two-way player. The network's reporter, Ken Rosenthal, also seemed to be in very good shape. He praised his smooth recovery, saying that he was throwing with all his might. Even so, he has maintained top-notch results as a batter. Even in MLB, there are few players who swing the bat every day like Ohtani, even though it is difficult to achieve such a high average. His attitude of continuing to produce results without losing focus shows his professionalism. He is not just a genius. That may be the most accurate way to describe Shohei Ohtani. From now on, his first-class performance will continue to divide the world. We can only be moved by the ordinary greatness he shows. Share your thoughts. These are your reactions to this major sporting event. We will always listen to your voices and make improvements to provide better content. Shohei Ohtani is such an incredible figure that the MLB commissioner would say something like this. His incredible influence is truly mythical. Ohtani is a man who not only made his dreams come true, but also made Reeves' dream come true. He's on a whole other level. Watching Shohei Ohtani makes me realize that baseball is such a beautiful and hopeful sport. Honestly, I never imagined that a Japanese person would have such an impact on the entire MLB. He's more of a phenomenon than a player.